Today, let's take a look at the drums for the song So What by Pink. Check it out. So first of all, let me explain to you that most of the song seems to contain a lot of overdubs, and the actual main drums really kick in. It sounds like with the chorus, and then most of the other song is sampled electronic parts. I might be wrong on that. It might be an acoustic drum that's then been changed into acoustic electronic sounding parts. But the point is that it's kind of hard to tell where the real drums start and the real drums stop. Some of the drum fills sound like they might be overdubbed towards the end of the song. So what I've written at the top of the chart here is some of the drum parts are programmed with overdubs, including the beginning. This is how you could perform all electronic parts. And I'll talk to you about this eighth notes in a moment, just to let you know that you can download the full PDF drum chart, all 3 pages of the song, every beat and fill included, for free. You can find a link beneath this video. So you might want to have this printed out in front of you as we go through this together. It should make things a lot easier for you to understand as I explain each section. So the next thing to mention is that all eighth notes are swung. So we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's what the tempo as well. 126, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Notice we're not counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we're not playing. We're giving this sort of feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that's to do with the fact that we're playing in triplets. We might not be playing all 3 triplets per beat of the bar, but we're feeling the triplets going by. And pretty much all the drum fills involve all 3 notes of the triplets. So that comes into relevance later on. But you're going to hear that this bass drum part has this swing to it, which if you're not aware of, or if you're not trying to replicate, is going to make the song sound wrong. So for example, let's take a look at the first bar. So again, this is probably the electronic part, which I've written out for you as an acoustic part on an electronic drum kit. But the drum part is this: 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 4, and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. I'm feeling 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now, just as an experiment, let me play it for you straight, where I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Hear the difference between the two? And then straight. The tempo hasn't changed there, but the feel has, and again, it's to do with the fact that I'm playing in triplets. That's the last time I mentioned that, but that's what I mean, or that's what drummers mean when they say that the eighth notes are swung. We've got this lilt going on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's our main verse drum beat. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. I think this hi-hat part on the recording is like a tambourine sound effect, but we just used the closed hi-hat. So let me go on to the second line, verse 1. So after the first 4 bars, this is where the vocals kick in. And we just continue with our drum beat I just showed you. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. It's a little and 1 there that you might find a little bit tricky at this tempo. Those 2 bass drum notes are quite close together. And if you're not getting the feel right, it'll sound dodgy. So work on that. You could just play 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and leave out the and. So instead of playing and 1, you just play and 1, just the 1 bass drum. If you just want to get through this song, you could do that instead, no problems. So we get that being played for 8 bars, and then notice the second line of verse 1 is only 4 bars long, and this is where it starts to get interesting with the orchestration of the drums and my interpretation of it. So the first 2 bars are our drum beat, but then in bar 3, the snare drum backbeat falls out. So we just get the bass drum and hi-hat parts. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. And in fact, we then go into the last bar, bar 4, and 1, and there's no tambourine hi-hat part being played anywhere in that last bar. So those last 2 bars, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to play it note for note, then you can play that, and that will sound exactly like the recording. By the way, I'll play this all up to speed for you in a moment. We then go on to the chorus, chorus 1. This is probably the most the trickiest part for the bass drum in the song, where the bass drum pattern is now playing on all 4 beats, but we've got this swung part in the middle, 3 and 4 and 1. We actually get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2. So you basically sometimes do a little bit of workout during the chorus. We're also up on the ride cymbal, and I recommend you use the shoulder stick and go for the edge of the ride cymbal. Don't go over the top with volume, but you want to make it sound rocky because the chorus is rocky. So you're sort of striking the edge of the ride cymbal to give it a more rocky sound. Rather than playing, you're washing the ride cymbal, if you like. So we're playing this 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it's all playing quarter notes up here with the right hand, snare drum on 2 and 4, but the bass drum's coming down on beats 2 and 4 with the snare drum, and we've got that bit in the middle, 3 and 4 and 1 as well. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2. So that's a lot of bass drum work. You could simplify it though. You could take out some bass drum notes. You could, for example, leave out the bass drums on 2 and 4. You could play this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. So play exactly the same thing but without the bass drum on beats 2 and 4. You could do that, or you could just play all 4 beats only. You could play 1, 2, da, 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 da. Simplify even further, like that. Whatever gets you through the song. If you can't play what's actually on the recording, then you've got 2 other options as well, just to get you through the song if you need to do that. So every 4 bars we get the crash cymbal at the beginning. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. 3, 4, 1. Every 4 bars a crash cymbal on beat 1. That gets repeated 8 times. So very simple for the choruses. We've got 2 lines of 8 bars. And then we go into the bridge, which is basically just our little bridge into the next verse. So we go back to the closed hi-hat just for 2 bars, and we get 1, 2, 3 and 4, and basically it's our verse drum beat for the first bar. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, but then for the one and only time in the song we get this variation drum beat. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So bass drums on the and a 2 and the and a 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So those 2 bars together. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So just be aware that very slight little difference there for those 2 bars. We then go back into verse 2, and notice how there's no crash cymbal going into the verse. So we just get for bridge 1, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Back to our verse drum beat. So let me now play for you what we got so far. It's a lot of bars there. So I'll play the whole of verse 1, the whole of chorus 1 and bridge 1, up to speed without the microphone on so you can hear just the drums, and then we can hear how you go from section to section. Here we go. So on to verse 2, and the first line, 8 bars of our verse drum beat. The second line, first 2 bars of normal drum beat. Then bar 3 is exactly the same as we had for bar 3 in verse 1. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. The snare drum backbeat falls out. You take out the snare drum backbeat on beats 2 and 4. The fourth bar, however, has, technically it's our first drum fill. So bar 4, the tambourine continues, 1, 2, but then we get this drum fill. Forget the drag for the moment, because that's an optional extra. We get 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. So this is our first example of where we're playing all 3 notes of the triplets. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2, dibba-da, bibba-da, 1, 2. So have it in your mind, or start to feel it, that you're hearing 1 and 2 and sort of hear those triplets being played next to the shuffled swung count. So it shouldn't be too much of a surprise when you come up to it. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 4 on the snare drum, 2 on the floor tom. You could use the high tom instead, but I think the drummer uses the floor tom. By the way, on Wiki, I couldn't find out what drummer played or programmed most of this song. There's like 5 different drummers on the album, so God knows who it was. So we get 1. Sorry, I'm trying to count it funnily. Funnily. Is funnily a word? Anyway, 3 triplet, 4 triplets, 4 and then 2. Okay. Then we got the optional extra, which are the drags at the beginning. Play with the left hand. Just playing a little double drag, a drag with the left hand, 2 little light taps, just before beat 3. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So I'm not starting with those drags. I'm still coming down with my right hand on beat 3 exactly, but I'm just leading into it with the drag. 1, 2. So then we go into chorus 2, which is back up to the ride cymbal. So let me show you the last 2 bars of verse 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 into our chorus 2, which is the same as our previous choruses. Let's go straight to the second line. By the way, I've split this chorus up into blocks of 4 because we get a drum fill at the end of most lines. So the second line, bar 4, is our next new drum fill. We get 1, 2, 3, and 4 triplet, 1. So I've notated it as left, right, left. You could play right, left, right, but I think he uses the floor tom, presumably it's a he. But you could play left, right, left as I've written, so you get out to the floor tom, or right, left, right. If you really want to start with your right, then it's easy for you to get to your high tom, and you could use the high tom instead. But you're playing the snare drum backbeat with your left hand anyway. 1, 2, 3, and 4 triplet. 1, 2, 3, and 4 triplet. And I'm still shuffling that bass drum underneath. 3 and 4, 3 and 4 triplet. But notice how I've made this simpler for you, and for me probably, because I don't believe the drummer does this live or in a situation. The bass drum underneath is still going 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. We've still got that ands at the end of the bar, but I've taken out for the drum fills. We've just got a whole bar of a whole beat of drum fills. I'm not playing the bass drum on the and of the beat. The last triplet, no, I'm leaving that out just to simplify things. No one's going to miss it, but on the recording, because I think the drums are programmed, or the drum fills were overdubbed, you still get that bass drum pumping 3 and 4 and 1. So I've the simplified version, again, 1, 2, 3, and 4 triplet, 1. And you could also take out the bass drum on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 triplet, 1, if you wanted to. So let me now play for you some stuff up to speed as well for that. So second line of verse 2, those last 4 bars, and then let's play the first 2 lines of chorus 2 so we can get that little drum fill in as well. Here we go. So on to page 2 of the charts, chorus 2 continued. 8 more bars of the chorus drum beat, but at the beginning of each of the first 4 bars is a crash cymbal. Now for fun, you could go between 2 different crash cymbals if you wanted to. Then it just continues, the last 4 bars, we just get the 1 crash cymbal at the beginning of the first 4 bars. Then bridge 2, very, very simple. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we just come back in with the snare drum on beat 4 on its own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We're then going to go to the ride cymbal for bridge 3, as I've called it. And I've written here, play the ride a little lighter than the chorus. So if you listen carefully, you can actually hear it's kind of a cymbal being used for this section, but it's not as heavy as the chorus is, and it's not a tambourine or closed hi-hat. So I think the best way to replicate that is just to play lightly on the ride cymbal. So we get the same chorus drum beat, but played lightly up here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So exactly the same as the chorus, except just playing lighter on the rides. Second line, notice how it's 6 bars long, and the 6th bar ends with 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a nice, powerful way to come back in with the drum beat. Floor tom and snare drum on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then we're into chorus 3, which is a louder version of what I just showed you. So the last 2 bars there of bridge 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. So you can hear the dynamic difference there between the 2 different sections. So let's go to the second line of chorus 3, where we get our next drum fill in bar 4. Which is an interesting one. 1, 2, and I've written it as 3 triplet, 4 triplet. I think the same tom is used for each of those drum fills, but the tom is played on the upbeat, the and a 3 and the and a 4, the last triplet note of each of those beats. Right, left, right, left, right, left. So we get 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. And I've played the bass drum on beats 3 and 4 just to maintain that pulse, but I'm not worrying about the 3 and 4 and 1 thing, which you can definitely feel going on underneath still. So we get 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. Then we go on to the next line, third line. We get a crash cymbal at the beginning of each of those bars. Bar 4 is the drum fill we talked about already. So now let me play for you lines 2 and 3 up to speed. Then we go into line 4 and bar 4, probably the trickiest drum fill of the song. We're playing 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3. So that high top, your right hand's doing all the movement around the drums. Your left hand's staying on the snare drum there. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3. It's all right, left, right, left, right, left. And the bass drums maintain the pulse underneath. By the way, for these trickier drum fills where you've got toms on the upbeats, the ands, if you're really finding it hard to lock in with the bass drum because you want to play the bass drum with those tom notes, for example, that you might find that's a natural thing to do, you could leave out the bass drum and just play the drum fills without the bass drums. But that's what's being played for the first part. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3, and 4 triplet, 1. Then we come in on the and a beat 3. Remember, we're swinging it. So we get 3 and 4 triplet. Right, left, right, left. And I've written it starting with your right hand because it's an easy access to the floor tom. So we get 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3, and 4 triplet, 1. So the tricky bit there is that little break in the middle which might throw you off. So let's practice bars 3 and 4 together. Make a little loop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3, and 4 triplet, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, So then we go on to the next line, line 5, and we get bar 4, which is the drum fill we've already talked about. So now let me play for you lines 4 and 5 up to speed. So the bottom line, line 6, is ends with the drum fill again. So we've gone over that. Then we go on to the last page, and those first 4 bars have a crash cymbal at the beginning of each of the bars. And then bar 4 is our final big drum fill. There's no breaks in it. It's just this. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, all the way through. We're just coming up to the high tom for the third note of each beat. One triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. And we actually go to the closed hi-hat for the last section. So after that drum fill, we're going to go back to the like our verse, which I've called the outro. Which is the closed hi-hat. So again, you can leave out the bass drum if you're finding it difficult, but that's all it is. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 into our outro, which is slightly different to our previous bridges. Bar 2, you'll see it goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. No hi-hat on beat 4. If you accidentally do it, no one cares, but that's what's on the recording. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Then the third bar, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. It's our snare drum, bass drum pattern without the hi-hat. And the last bar, 1, 2, 3. That's how the song ends. So that last line, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. And now let me play it up to speed for you. So the last 3 lines of page 3, here we go. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. Don't forget to download the free PDF from our website for free. The link is beneath this video. And then while you're over there, you might want to consider signing up to become an online member if you haven't done so already. And what I currently offer for £97 is a full year's online access to every single full video song lesson I've ever recorded and transcribed. And that must be coming up to over 750 famous and popular songs where, just like this lesson, I teach you the song from start to finish. You get the fully transcribed PDF drum charts of each of those songs. And I think I've got at least one other Pink song up on the website already. And I'm sure I'll be adding more in, over time because she's a popular artist and a lot of fun to drum along to. As a thank you for signing up though, I'll give you even more. I'll give you 3 ebooks I've written over the years containing hundreds more famous drum beats, fills and even drum solos. I'll give you hundreds of little videos teaching you many famous drum beats, fills and drum solos. And then over the year of your subscription, you also gain instant online access to all the new material that I upload for my members. And I record new lessons every week unless I'm ill or on holiday. So plenty of stuff to look forward to over the year of your subscription. But if you've got any questions about any of that, then feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. And until our next drum lesson together, toodle pip and happy drumming to you.